Jai Gurudev, today we are discussing a fascinating comparison between Alfred Lord Tennyson's poem The Brook and the spiritual journey of a participant in the Art of Living. We are joined by an Art of Living expert and an officer from the Vedic Dharma Sansthan to explore how the stages of the poem mirror the transformation and evolution of a person on the spiritual path from their very first experience with the Art of Living courses to their potential ascension into a global spiritual leader. The brook begins its journey in the highlands, rushing down from the hills, vibrant and new. How would you compare this to someone first joining the art of living? Jai Gurudev, yes, when someone first starts their journey in the art of living, it's like the initial rush of the brook. They are full of energy, enthusiasm, and curiosity. The first steps in the basic course, learning Sudarshan Kriya and diving into Gurudev's wisdom, are akin to the brook bubbling with excitement, exploring new terrain. They begin to express gratitude towards their teachers and experiences and the freshness of practicing Kriya daily, much like the brook navigating through unfamiliar lands. They explore Gurudev's teachings through books, online sessions, and YouTube videos. Everything is new, and their heart is filled with enthusiasm and discovery. Yes, and this phase often parallels the early verses of ancient texts like the Bhagavad Gita, where the individual is exploring their identity, understanding the concepts of karma, and immersing themselves in simple acts of service and devotion. At this stage, they are still very connected to their worldly life but feel drawn to something more profound. As the brook flows, it gathers momentum. This feels like the next phase of a participant's journey, doesn't it? Absolutely, this is the stage when the participant moves deeper into their practice by taking advanced courses such as the Silence Retreat, the DSN program, or the Divya Samaj Ka Nirman, and diving into deeper spiritual texts like the Ashtavakra Gita and Yoga Vasishtha. They begin to withdraw from the external world, worldly ambitions, social activities, and become more centered on their inner journey. There is a sort of obsession or intense pull towards attending more courses, satsangs, and seva or selfless service. Yes, this stage is marked by what we might call a spiritual shift, where the individual's identity begins to be intertwined with the teachings. It mirrors the words of the brook flowing over pebbles, where the participant encounters challenges, but those obstacles only deepen their connection with the path, like the brook encountering rocks and creating music as it flows. These challenges refine the practitioner's character. The brook continues its journey, growing in strength. How does this reflect the participant's path in the art of living? At this stage, the participant often transitions from being a student to becoming a teacher or volunteer. They start organizing courses, helping others experience the transformation they have gone through Sudarshan Kriya. Much like the brook expanding as it reaches the plains, their influence grows within the art of living circles. They become more well known, admired, and respected for their dedication and commitment. Professionally, too, they often rise because the practices have made them more focused, calm, and capable of managing stress. This phase represents the growth of an individual's spiritual authority. They move from simply experiencing the teachings to actively sharing and spreading them. It is like how the brook gathers more water as it flows, symbolizing the accumulation of wisdom, experiences, and seva that the participant embodies at this point. They are no longer just flowing, they are guiding others along the way. The brook how now reaches a more steady flow. How would you interpret this part of the poem in terms of the participant's life? This stage often correlates with significant life events such as marriage and children. The participant is now juggling family responsibilities along with their growing role in the Art of Living organization. By now, they have often taken on larger responsibilities such as becoming a state coordinator or teaching advanced courses like DSN or silence retreats. They maintain a balance between their personal life and their service to the organization, much like the brook finding its steady rhythm. This phase is about responsibility. The participant, like the brook in this section of the poem, flows through calm fields, symbolizing the maturing stage of life where they are both settled and serving a higher purpose. They are now seen as a pillar of the community, someone who nurtures others both spiritually and in worldly matters. The brook has traveled far by now, becoming wide and steady. What about a participant in this stage of their journey? As a participant enters their 50s or 60s, they often take on even more responsibility in the organization. Many become Rudra Puja Pandits, leading large scale spiritual ceremonies and programs, or conducting homas. They begin contemplating the next phase of their journey, becoming more like Gurudev, or even taking on the mantle of a Swamiji or a Rishiji. Like the brook reaching a broad, slow flow, they have accumulated a wealth of experience, wisdom, and influence. They begin traveling the world leading programs for CEOs, politicians, and top bureaucrats. This phase parallels the wisdom of ancient rishis who have completed their worldly duties and are now focused entirely on spiritual elevation. They no longer seek recognition but aim for the upliftment of society, working with global leaders and making a deep, lasting impact. The brook ends its journey, flowing into the river, continuing forever. How does this reflect the life of a participant in the later years? In the later years, the participant now in their 70s has seen and done it all. They may have published books, shared thousands of stories on YouTube, and reached tens of thousands of people through courses and programs. Some even become seen as potential successors to Gurudev. But like the refrain in the book, no one truly replaces Gurudev. He is timeless and his teachings continue forever. The participant, no matter how advanced, realizes that they are part of a larger flow. The wisdom, the kriya, the meditations, the seva, they all continue long after we are gone. This is the ultimate realization that just like the brooks flow, life in this spiritual organization is continuous. People come, they rise and pass away, but the stream of Gurudev's teachings, his wisdom, and his impact on the world remain eternal. The individual might rise to great heights, but they become part of the infinite flow of the organization, contributing their essence to the ever flowing river of wisdom. Thank you both for this insightful discussion on how the brook beautifully mirrors the journey of an art of living participant. It reminds us that while individual lives many change, the wisdom and the impact of this spiritual journey flow on forever, enriching the world. Jai Gurudev.